A ways ago back on these tapes, we were in Bisbee and we saw the Broken Spoke Saloon Party Patrol car with Barney Fife, and then we saw the pickup truck with South Dakota plates still in Bisbee, in that little town off of Bisbee. I forget the name of it now, but here is the Broken Spoke Saloon just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. Pretty empty when it's not bike week. Got a little rain a little bit ago on the freeway on I-90 in Box Elder. This looks like a volcano. So here you have it. Our next stop on US 212 finds us at the Ben Ash Monument, which is in the middle of nowhere. But this is a spot where some white guys back in the day in 1875 first caught glimpse of the Black Hills of South Dakota. Now, I would think that it would be a different time and earlier, and it isn't saying that they're the first white men to see the Black Hills of South Dakota. So I don't know enough about it to be able to tell you why it's significant that these 4 or 5 guys listed on the monument seeing the first glimpse of the Black Hills is so important. Anyway, we're in the middle of the prairie. We're on our way to Faith, South Dakota, where we'll head south on South Dakota 63, and we'll wander back to Box Elder. Our next stop at 4 o'clock in the afternoon finds us in Faith, South Dakota. Now, on the block, when I was a kid, I grew up with a girl named Faith, Faith G. Her dad was the Lutheran pastor of the church down in Deanda Manor. He must have had 10 kids. They were a wild bunch. Not Faith and Hope, who were our age, but the older boys, until we got old enough to buy our own explosives from 4th of July, they were always lighting off loud stuff. We got some chicken at the grocery store, some cooked chicken, and we ate in the gazebo here. About 600 people live in Faith. You see, it's the hometown of Sioux, the T-Rex capital of the world. And they even have a hotel in town. Faith was founded in 1910, and here's Flannerys Beer and Ice House, built a year after that. It's 103 years old. Downtown Faith with the municipal building on the left of the screen. the 2-block long downtown. There's a laundry called Suds Your Duds. There's even a funeral home in town, right in front of you. And the bank, the First National Bank. So there you have it. So we'll press on to what's next. Our next stop finds us in Phillips, South Dakota. Established in 1907. A couple of shots ago I talked about Faith G and her younger brother who was in my brother Randy's class. His name was Philip. And then my stepbrother's name is Philip. So here's a town named for them. We drove through what looks like town and there really isn't a lot here. It's just prairie. Miles and miles and miles of rolling prairie. At 5:30 in the afternoon, we're still about an hour and a half or so from home, from camp. So here you have it. Our next stop in Phillips finds us at the Hockin County Courthouse, built in 1930. They certainly need to mow the lawn. But there's a couple of monuments for Hockin residents lost in the wars. There's even a Ford dealer in town. Go figure. In our last stop of the day, we had to use the facilities at the rest stop. Now, it's good to see that my state, my new adopted home state of South Dakota, has a really nice rest stop on the interstate, unlike California. Though some of Californians are starting to get better, but some of them are still pretty poor. But this is a nice one here. It's about 6:30. I thought it might rain a little bit more today, but we just got that little sprinkle getting on the freeway in Box Elder, and that was it. Now we have some blue sky and some sunshine. So there you have it. We're still 45 minutes away from the promised land. And here's your 360-degree view of the rest stop and of beautiful South Dakota. So we'll check in another day. We're just out for a short drive today. Here's a guy comes off a fish. This is Sheridan Lake. Starting to rain. A couple other diehards here fishing. We're on US 385, still in the Black Hills of my new home adopted state of South Dakota. I'm sorry? Okay. No. Oh, okay. What was the town's name?
Sheridan.
Oh, okay.
You want a picture of a fish?
Do you have a fish?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, here's a fish. Yay!
There's a sign over there. tells you about the...
I'll go have a look at it. Thank you. And we saw the gal catch a fish. Ain't it great? I love South Dakota. At 3 o'clock, our next stop finds us at Dakota Lake, which is still in the Black Hills National Forest. In the last shot at Sheridan Lake, there was a town named Sheridan. That was the first county seat of my new adopted home county of Pennington County back in 1875. In 1942, the dam was finished and the remains of the town were buried under Sheridan Lake. Kind of like Whiskeytown and a few other lakes that we know about, where Shasta Lake too, for that matter. Where towns, Berryessa for that matter too. Now that I think of a few of them. Anyway, we got a little rain today, but it's nice right now. And here you go.